Hello, I'm Bill Labaris. I'm the editorial director of the Enterprise CIO Forum, and I'm joined today by Wayne Shurts, who is CIO of SUPERVALU, and Wayne and I are talking about the transition of the CIO from tech leader to business leader. Wayne, thank you very much for joining me today.
Great to be here, Bill. Thank you.
Now, you were quoted recently in CIO magazine as saying we need to get on the front foot because we've been on the back foot for too long. What exactly did you mean by that, Wayne?
Well, I'll make some generalizations, but I think IT in general has been more reactive than proactive. We've reacted to business change, we've reacted to cost pressure from the business. We've even been reactive to the consumerization of technology and other new technologies that come out. We've been very slow to deliver. I think historically IT as projects time to benefit is more in the 2-year time frame than the 3-month time frame. I think we've approached things from a technology point of view as opposed to a business point of view. I think we've fallen victim to our own cumbersome and slow processes. And because of that, I think the business, when they need to do something fast to solve a business problem, to create new demand or something, the last department they would think about going to is IT. And I think to get off of the back foot and onto the front foot, we need to do a couple of things. We need to become intensely business driven. We need to absolutely increase our speed and agility and design ourselves for speed. I believe we need to embrace the new technologies that are coming out and be able to disrupt ourselves with these technologies. And we really need to look at our work from a business perspective first and an IT perspective second. So I think it's really about turning upside down maybe the way we have done work to some degree.
That's a pretty tall order. Is it your sense then that we are finally at that point where the CIO does make this general transition into a business leadership role?
Bill, I'd really like to say yes, but I think I have to say it depends. And it depends on two things. I think it depends on the chief executive and the executive team at the company. If they're enlightened and realize that technology can be transforming to the organization, and probably most important today now, technology is transforming the way our customers and our consumers behave. And if they understand that knowing how that technology is going to change our consumer behavior, it's going to help us know and serve our consumers better, those are all the ingredients to say, yes, they're going to reach out and embrace a CIO as a business leader. But if there's other organizations where IT still is seen as a cost center to be managed, that will be a much more difficult road for those CIOs. And my advice to them would be just start acting the role. Don't wait to be invited. Start acting the role, start delivering value, and start educating your organization on how IT can be transforming to the organization, and really importantly, how IT is transforming the way our consumers behave.
I guess that sort of leads to my last question here, which is, what do you think that the CIO really needs to do to better present himself or herself so that they're better accepted at the executive management table?
Well, I think it's the right question, because I think often people get hung up in the executive team does not look at me this way, so I'm the victim. Where really, get on the front foot and begin to play the role, act like a business leader, think about how IT can transform the organization, look for the opportunities to do that, prove that IT can play a transforming role, work with your marketing folks and start to understand how consumers are behaving differently with technology, and just get out there and do the hard work of bringing these realities to life. And then I think the executive team and the CEO will then, in turn, start to view you differently.
Great advice. Wayne Shurts, CIO of SUPERVALU, thank you very much for joining me today.
Great to be here, Bill. Thanks.
And thank you for joining me as well. I'm Bill Labaris, the editorial director of the Enterprise CIO Forum, and we'll see you again soon.